Hello everyone, welcome to the next lesson. Previously, we have created this chain. I taught you how to make the slip knot, the chain, and how to hold your yarn and hook properly. I hope by now you're kind of used to crocheting and you know how, if you like to hold it this way or if you like to hold it this way and all that. So now we're gonna learn how to make the single crochet. We already know what to do. We're gonna make a slip knot. Okay, for every start of a project, you either do a slip knot or a magic circle first, and you already know how to make a slip knot, so we'll start with that. Okay, just to review, you hold your yarn like this, your left hand will cross like this, right two fingers grab this, and then you pull all the way until you make a loop, and this is your slip knot. Hold your yarn securely. Your hook will go from the front through the slip knot, and you just pull to adjust the size. Go about right here, just a little bigger than your crochet hook, and then you're just gonna hold. This is how I do mine. You hold and prepare to make some chains. So for this lesson, we're just gonna make 10 chains. Okay, you're gonna need to make a chain anytime you want to start doing a single crochet or a half double crochet or a double crochet, because a chain is basically the foundation of most of your crochet projects. We're just gonna make 10 chains. Yarn over, pull through this loop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now that we have our 10 chains, we're gonna start our single crochet. Now, in order to start your single crochet, you're going to move your project like this. Okay? The reason is, when we start making our single crochet, this chain is our base, right? And we make our single crochet going this way, building on top of this chain, right? So single crochet, and then when you do the next row, you go on top of that again. Another single crochet, single crochet, single, yeah, you get the point. So basically that's why a chain is so important. You can go as far as here if you want your project to be this big, or here if you want it this big. A chain will basically set the size of your project. Let's do our single crochet. Look for the second chain from your loop. This is your loop, correct? This is the first chain that you see. You can probably count this. Every V is a chain. So the first V you see closest to the hook is right here. We want to insert our hook into the second chain from the loop, right here. Okay, let me demonstrate. I insert my hook in here. So this is where I go in. Insert that again. This is the first chain, the first V. This is the second V. I insert my hook through here. Once that's done, I use this middle finger just to make sure that everything is scooting back, right? You don't want everything at the front. You have to scoot them back a little bit, okay? And then, second step of the single crochet, you yarn over, like so, and then you pull it through the V that you just inserted it through. Pull it like this. And now, you have 2 loops on your hook. Okay? After that, you yarn over again, and then you're going to insert through both of the loops. That is your first single crochet. If you still don't get it, don't worry, I'll demonstrate on the next one. So if you want to continue making single crochets, you just have to go to the next stitch over, right? So this one, as you can see, the hole is bigger. That means we've placed a single crochet inside. We're going to go into the next one, which is right here. Insert your hook through the V, right? Next, you yarn over. You insert it. You pull it back out. And now you're left with 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again and pull through these 2 loops. Okay? Just remember, if it's hard for you to pull your hook through the loops, it means you're too tight. So just loosen it a little bit, like shake it, and then you'll see that it's loosening up. The hole is getting bigger. Again, we now go into the next stitch. You insert. You can see it's right here. Insert. Yarn over. Pull it back out. You have 2 loops on your hook. and then you yarn over, pull it through both. So now we've created 3 single crochets. I'm going to show you how to count it. We have 3 single crochets. How do we know what a single crochet looks like? They're basically a bunch of knots. This is the first one right here, the second one right here, and this is the third one right here. If you want to look from the top view, they are V's again. You know how the chain looks like V's? The top of a single crochet looks like V's. You see one V, second V, and the third V. If you keep going through this row, making a bunch of single crochets, you're going to end up with 9 single crochets, not 10. Even though we started with 10 chains, you're going to end up with 9 single crochets because we started on the second chain from the loop. So just keep that in mind. If you do a chain of 30, you will have 29 single crochets on top of that. Practice the single crochet. Most projects are actually built with single crochets, especially the amigurumis or like the stuffed animals. Normally they're made with single crochets, the plushies. So now we have our 9 single crochets. This is what it looks like. Yours could look different depending on your tension. The looser your tension, the bigger your single crochets will look. Now, if you want to go to the next row, you're like, okay, now I know how to make single crochets. I want to go to the top and make it bigger this way. This is how you're going to do it. After you're done, you're going to chain 1. Okay, chain 1. Yarn over, pull it through that loop. And then you're going to flip your work horizontally like this. Flip it. Now you're basically back at a starting point, and you're going to go this way. To start on the next row, you're going to look for the little holes. So as you can see, there's a hole right here, there's another hole right here. They are basically under the V's. So you see the V's right here. Your goal is to insert your hook onto right here below the V, and then if you go to the next stitch, it's below the V. Your V should still be very visible. We're going to make a single crochet here. And then another one right here. And then keep going. Okay, I've finished my second row of single crochet, and I'm going to end it here because I'm going to demonstrate the half double crochet next. So how you're going to end your project is you're just going to chain 1, set it down, take your scissors, cut this, and you're just going to pull your crochet hook upwards, and that makes a knot. So this is 2 rows of single crochet. Let's move on to the half double crochet.